Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft with me, Nice. So guys, how are we doing today? I have the Christmas hat back on, and I've just realized it kinda matches the towers behind me. Do you guys kind of see it? The white trim and the red. Apparently we have Christmas towers there. But actually, speaking of Christmas, we're going to be decorating our world today for Christmas decor, which might be a little bit strange. I don't know if most people seasonally decorate their world. I'm going to assume no. But I like to do a seasonal build now and then, and instead of actually doing a build, I'm thinking decor might be the way to go this year because of these new resin clamps. Let me show you guys what I have come up with. So I really wish it's actually glowed in the dark, but I don't. Imagine he did, right? This place in my world is perfect for testing this out because we have so many little spruce trees. I think, let's work with this one. I can reach this one. You just pop them around the tree like this. So simple. But if you just, I'm gonna go through my entire stock of resin clumps here. You just go do like that. Okay, at first you're just like, well, that's just an orange stripe. But if you double down, and you do another layer, and then we're gonna put one more layer right at the top, and then we're gonna put like a little star on top, except it's hard to get a star in Minecraft, so I'm thinking just a little ta-da! A little resin wool just to match the colors. I know, I think it kind of looks Christmassy. Wait, if I remove these two weird blocks of leaves that are covering up the water here. I think it's cute. I think it's really gonna come together once I do a bunch of trees like that, and it's a little bit repetitive, but we can make this work. Alright guys, I just tried this out. I put a copper bulb there, the fully oxidized one. I quite like it. I wonder how it would look with the really bright one. I thought the teal would go well with the spruce leaves, but it's actually still kind of prominent. So let's try a copper bulb. Okay, this is actually a lot more obvious, maybe because of how bright it is, that I like it a little bit less than the oxidized version, but we'll try out both. We have a lot of trees here to decorate. And certainly not enough resin to do them all, so I'm gonna have to go and do some farming. But oh, I think this is gonna look so good once I am done with it. Another thing I want to try for my Christmas decor this year is making little candy canes out of mangrove and pale oak wood. It's obviously something we could have done before with the old quartz blocks because they're white and you can stir them. But I just think it's cheaper, you know? It's cheaper this way. Am I doing this right? I have no idea. And also, you can make stairs out of both of these blocks. That's kind of cute. Very big though. In fact, what we can do is we can try to make little versions of this with fences. I don't know how good that looks, but we can certainly try. Okay, here's the big one. Let's try a small one. Now, this is definitely something you weren't able to do before. Um, Maybe just like that. Let's shorten it a little bit. Just like that. If you squint, if you squint, it looks like a candy cane. It's not ideal. It's not ideal, but it works and it's cheap. It's really good for survival because you could definitely farm quartz and say maybe red nether brick if you wanted red stairs. And it would be a lot more vibrant. But I kind of like the muted colors because it fits in with my world. You could also do this with strip blocks, but I think the textures don't really match nearly as well. And also I do like the stairs at the top, so I think it's better to just use normal planks, and it's a little bit cheaper as well. Right, we have our Christmas trees put up then, and I really like the look of them. I didn't want to do a big Christmas tree this year at all. I was considering doing like a custom tree or something, but just decorating these spruce trees I have around, I think makes a big difference. And one thing I actually think looks the best is rather than having just solid lines of resin like I did at the start, this looks kind of weird. I think if you just make it a little bit more random, it looks a little bit better, and I actually really like these trees. They're a bit more random, and it kind of has that Christmas light effect on it rather than it being in strips. I really like that. Got our candy canes up as well, and I got a couple more ideas for builds we can do. And one of them I tried out here, and I actually really love it, is a little present. So I thought for a while that these the wrong way around. The really bright color of the resin is kind of Christmassy because I just see the resin clumps as Christmas lights. So I wanted to use the actual brick variant somehow, and this is the best I could come up, but I think it really works. And this crimson stem, I'm not saying this word, whatever that is. This crimson stem block really looks like kind of Christmas wrapping paper to me. I don't know, it's the pattern on it. So I think this looks really cute, like a big present, and I think the colors actually go quite well together. And this block is also put up the wrong way. So I built another one here. Good thing about these is they're not too expensive. I mean the brick blocks are, but you can literally just make these hollow. And then maybe, you know what, if you're playing in a server or something, you could hide like a chest or something inside. That would be kind of cute. I'm playing by myself, so I'm on my own. And I have one last cute Christmas idea I want to try. And the thing here that's going to be the star of the show is definitely these pale oak signs. We finally have white signs, and that is a lot of possibilities. I think I also need a couple of pots. And then I also need some fences. I think, yeah, I've got some in here. So let's try this out, guys. I want to try to build a snowman that's not like your standard Minecraft snowman. So ouchie. I'm gonna build one here maybe. And we could go for 3 tall 1. So 3 blocks of snow. And then we're gonna, you can use emeralds for this, but I'm kind of broke, so we're just gonna use these new pale fences to look kind of cute. And then a little sign, and we're gonna make a face. I'm thinking, oh, I can't do faces. That's so dorky. Okay, and then let's put a little hat on it. This is the best we can do for a Christmas hat, I think. It kind of looks like a fez. Wait, okay, maybe it would be better if it wasn't as tall. Let's try is this silk touch? Does not. Okay. Let's try to make him shorter. I think that'll look even cuter. So a little hat and the pale oak sign, and let's do a face. Oh my god, it looks so silly. I think it looks kind of cute even without the hands, but it does look less like a snowman. Here you go. I wish I had like a button or something to put on the middle. In front, in fact, I can probably source myself a button to put on the middle for the little pebbles. Let's get some buttons to put at the front of the little snowman as well. Look at him, he's adorable. Boop. Okay, the button's really big here actually. Doesn't quite look like what I thought it would look like. What else? I kind of put like a jacket of some sort on him. Maybe some glow lichen. Let's go to this fence because it's hiding our little snowman. All right, I have a glow lichen we can try here. And also, how does that look? I'm not sure how I feel about the glow lichen. It's better than without it, but it's not quite exactly what I'm looking for. I'm thinking we could try this. If I bone meal it, it should make like a little moss carpet on top, right? Which spreads upwards. You know, Wait, I can't bone meal it again because of that sign. Okay, but just very quickly, if we take off his face. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. If we take off his face and bone meal it again. Okay, it goes up quite a lot actually. Can I then trim only the top part of it? Okay, it kind of goes short. Put his face back on. His eyes are not symmetrical now. Hold up. That's a bit better. Okay, yeah, this will do. He's got like a little thing here. I don't know what it's meant to be, but it's better than the front being completely there. Let's make another one of these bad boys, and this guy is going to be, I think, 3 blocks tall with a little hat. What face should we give this guy? I'm not really sure. Maybe this is like a big smile, but that looks kind of awkward. I really do like the cat face. Yeah, just the cat face again. And then let's put this here. Boom, he's got a lot of dirt around him. I guess it looks kind of weird, but this is the best snowman I can make. No, that does look really weird though. Oh, that's better. Yeah, it actually, the buttons look okay if they're 3 tall. All right, what sort of face should we give this guy? big O's for eyes, and then I've got the symbol copied in, but it's really small. Got the world's smallest mouth. Wait, there might be something else I can use. What about this one? That is honestly not much better. We're just gonna go with this. A little face on this guy. I love it so much. Let's build a couple more snowmen everywhere. They really just bring me some joy. I want to try putting a mushroom on their head because I think it might look a little bit Christmassy. It is not. But I'm keeping it. It looks funny. Whoop. Nearly perfect. That's the stupidest little face ever. I love it. Let's put a hat on this guy as well. Let's try a pickle for a hat as well. It works. It works. A little green hat, like a little elf. That's kinda nice. If you squint. What kind of face would an elf have? You cute little love hearts, I think. Look at this little guy. I think I do prefer the pot over the pickle because it's a little bit more noticeable. Maybe it's because this guy's in front of a tree. The green kind of blends in. But yeah, but yeah, they're both cool. I like them both. Alright, well, that's pretty much all the Christmas decorations I can think of done here. I got these cute little snowmen, which I'm really happy with, the resin, the candy canes. I thought about a few different options of what else I could add, but I am officially out of ideas. This is probably as detailed as it's gonna get for this year, but I still think it looks really cute, and honestly, I might even keep the snowmen after Christmas because they are so cute. But I was thinking about what else we can do this episode because we're 10 minutes in and it's a little bit too short for me to end the video just now. But also, I don't want to start anything big at all. So I was kind of just flying around my base thinking about things I could do quickly. And this really stood out to me. This is a really bad thing that I haven't finished for ages. How long ago did I build a wheat farm? And it still looks like this on the side. I also looked at my to-do list for the year, because the year's kind of coming up to an end now. And I saw that we did plan to build a pier at some point, which I never got around to, aside from all the other projects I've put on there. So I think, because we only have a little bit more time left on the episode, let's use it to start cleaning up some stuff that I've left unfinished. Like, what is this? I see what that is. Okay, that can stay. I can stay, but let's work on this back end here. I think we're gonna start off with by building a path here around the side. That's always been kind of the idea I want to do. I want to be able to walk around this entire wheat field. And I think what better thing to do than use the new blocks and use the pale oak. I have a feeling the white here, contrasting against the spruce, is going to look quite nicely. Let's grab ourselves a crafting table as well. We're going to want to use planks for this. And because I don't have that much pale oak yet, I think maybe let's start off with some slabs. The question is, considering this is going to be almost like a pier-like structure going around onto the water, how much above the water do we want to build it? I'm thinking maybe not more than a block up. So either like this, half a block up, or like this. I think half a block up is better because then we can place things on top easier. The stuff on the bottom does not matter nearly as much. So let's do this. I really want the builds in this area, even the ones extending onto the waterfront, to kind of share this core theme of plants and just a lot of vegetation all around. This is really, at the end of the day, the kind of the core hub for food production in our town here. And so you'll see that all the builds here in this area have a lot of flora everywhere. I mean, the bee farm is a big tree. The stables are completely overgrown, and the wheat farm has got big, massive lush trees around it, and of course a lot of leaves on it as well. The same thing can be said for the wool farm. It's got a lot of flowers. Where you can put flowers, there's flowers basically. And so I really want to keep this core concept here and work with it even as it goes out to the ocean. And so I'm thinking the easiest way to do it is, of course, to use more leaves. We're gonna have to get rid of that sugar cane, but as I started building this little pier here, it's not quite a pier that goes out into the ocean yet. I've not decided where exactly that's going to be, but I'm thinking maybe around this edge. Could be this edge as well. I've got this natural generation here that I've extended onto a river, but I think this would also be really interesting to build into a pier. So here, as I'm building out of this pale oak, I think that contrasts really brilliantly with the other blocks in the area. Let's go out into the sea a little bit. It's nighttime, so it's a bit hard to see. Plus, I didn't light up the area very much, but let's look at the colors here. Now that white really does stand out, actually. Let's go a bit further away. Yeah, that really stands out, but I don't hate it. I think we're going to need some sort of framing here on the edges. The slabs kind of looking as they do is not the best, but I think we can keep the white for the floor as long as we have some sort of trim around here. And then we're adding a lot of these leaves, and the green really does stand out against this darker mangrove leaf against the pale oak is a beauty. Although I'm sure I would say that about any leaf because I love leaves. Here on the wheat farm, I think we're going to have a bit of a separation between the wheat and where the ocean starts. And here in between that, I'm thinking of putting a lot of sand. Now, I realize actually in hindsight that I'm kind of building like almost a luxurious kind of beach walk area, you know, kind of posh, beautiful, of course, but not like quite the same vibe as farmers picking wheat. It's on the complete opposite spectrum, but let's see if we can make it work. If we can mix the sadness of the wheat farm with the poshness of this pier that I'm making. But anyways, I kind of want to create like a little resort vibe here as well. The pale oak, I think, is going to go beautifully into some sand. So I'm going to bring it down a level a little bit here and bring it into some sand and maybe make a path within the sand as well. I actually really didn't like this being right up against the spruce farm, so let's try something different. I think we could bring a little bit more life into this build if we create these little irrigation lines almost, like the farm has a reason for being next to the ocean, and so it can feed out the water there that maybe they're using for, I don't know, watering the crops. So I think, I'm not sure of the exact spacing here. This is 6 blocks, that's a bit awkward. Let's try every 5 blocks maybe. We add like a little waterfall down. I think that would be interesting. And I'm going to try to make this look a little bit less classy as well. I think another way to make this look a little bit less classy is to get rid of these bushes that are you know, kind of perfectly trimmed and placed against the stumps there, and instead have them be overgrown a little bit like the windmill. So let's try placing some down here. I already tried a few there and I thought, you know what, this is a good idea. So let's have it be a little bit more overgrown. I'm gonna try to keep them away from the actual path, not block this bit, but we can certainly have, you know, bushes all over here. I'm adding some birch trapdoors as railing, but again, I'm only adding it in places where there's no leaves because I'm thinking, you know what? Let's just go all out with this kind of like overgrown concept. Let's just go for it. Check this out, guys. I think I managed to blend this path in pretty well into the sand here. I just expanded it by a little bit. Can you stop breaking my wheat? They have been doing this. Oops. They have been. Oops, I'm not helping. They've been doing this the entire time. Just breaking my wheat. Come on. Get this in here. Sort this. Look at the state of this field. Anyways, I fixed up this side as well. There was just a big row of dirt. It didn't look very good. And I think that looks a bit better. And we have the same little waterfalls here for irrigation. I think that looks pretty good. Right, please go away from my wheat field. But yeah, blended in the sand and the pale oak using some birch. And it is, you know, it's darker than both tones. There goes the rain. But I think it definitely helps. I still haven't figured out a way how to get everything going on this side. I don't know what I'm doing yet, so let's finish up by doing the section here, which should lead into the spawn square here. This whole side of the path is not pathing. And it should be fairly simple. All I need to do is get a path across here, probably cut down some trees and get it to connect to this side. And then do I want another one through here? I feel like it would make sense. So have it split into here as well, which is quite big actually, quite a big chunk of land to cover here with the path. And I guess we're going to need to transition from the stone used here in the spawn square to the pale oak. I don't know how this happened, but I actually need to mine diorite, which is quite a sad state, really. We've got a fairly good transition going on here between the stone blocks and the pale oak. So we go from stone and stone bricks into smooth stone, into diorite, polished diorite, and then pale oak. It's a bit weird around this point, but I couldn't find anything better, and it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Anyway. So now I need to figure out how I'm going to do this path here. So we're going to go from basically pale oak into, do I even have a path here? It's path blocks, which makes it quite tricky. I actually don't know how I would blend path blocks into pale oak. I just feel like there needs to be a path here. Just it would be really weird if there wasn't a path here. Maybe we can use this section to kind of soften the edges of it. Right, I have an idea. There's like a natural little water cave puddle thing here. And there's also water here. And I think a good way to create a transition when you can't have a transition between blocks, mostly because I can't be bothered thinking what goes between path blocks and pale oak, is to create some sort of different structure. So I want to create like a little bridge effect here where this kind of goes up a block or two, let the water pass underneath. And I feel like that could definitely work. I have a tiny little bridge going across here now. I tried doing a 3 wide one and it was actually blocking off a lot of the water and it kind of looked clunky. So I think I'm going to go for a 1 wide bridge, which is, you know, slightly inconvenient to walk across, but it's doable. I'll add some trapdoors for railings and a bunch of details and everything, but I just wanted to take a look at down here. I was having an issue with the water looking really messy, so I added some stone around the edges and I think it's really helped. But another big thing that's going to help, I think, is swapping out some of this dirt for stone and maybe even bone mealing some dirt. Don't have any bone meal on me, but I think having a bit of that seagrass underneath is going to definitely help. And this cave, I mean, it's really frozen over now, so you can't really even tell that it goes under there. I could widen it manually. Really hard to see though. I wonder if adding some hidden light down here or something would make it look a little bit creepier. Because I want it to be obvious. Well, maybe not I would say obvious, but I want it to be noticeable that there is something keeping scary down there. Alright, we're basically wrapping up for today now. So let's take one quick last look at the Christmas decorations. I really do love these little snowmen. They're so cute. And I like the candy canes as well. I think they made a big difference to the place and I love the resin. I'm just happy with my Christmas decor this year. We do have the presents as well. I feel like I could build a bunch more of these, but I'm out of resin blocks, so we're just gonna have 2 of them. And then we did a little bit of tidying up here, finishing up the seafront edge that's been bothering me for quite a while. And now we have this like really nice smooth path, which transitions really nicely with the colors actually. When you look at it from afar. Yeah, that's nice. That's a nice smooth line. And into the sand here. Big fan of this. And we have this little bridge. I added some trapdoors. I added some seagrass down here to the water. And I'm pretty chuffed for this. So I just want to say thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.